Hey, aloha, high vibe tribe. It is Pink Bella. Welcome. It is a high vibe Facebook Live in love. Welcome, everyone. And I'll just wait a few moments. I want to make sure that Facebook is recording. If you jump on, please say hi. I'm on a little bit later than expected, but I'm here. Yay. Aloha, Lori. Welcome. Just let me know, honey, if you can hear me okay, if everything's recording. We've got a little bit of a download. We have another big week, of course. Symptoms. We have a super new moon. Mercury's going retrograde. We have solar flares in progress and coming at the end of this week. And some of us are experiencing that already. I'll share that with you. I'm going to be pulling some cards from the Angel Atlantis deck and share a little bit more, a few more insights about Atlantis that have been coming forward in sessions and readings. And I'm going to pull some cards for all of us. I'm just going to do a collective reading today for us as a collective, but I will split the messages up to Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and I'm going to pull them live. So today is the 22nd of October, and I was reminded this is a very much an empowering day, a power day. There are 22 chakras, even though I share about the 12 or the 13 chakras, depending on what I'm guided, but there are 22 chakras that are coming online for many of us. But today is a super powerful day. And at the bottom of the deck is number 11. I might pull some more of these as well. So this is sovereignty. I was given the message that we're going through divine, like a feminine and a masculine detox to prepare us for the 1111 gateway. So some days the ego is going to be a bit more chatty than others. Some days we're going to be pulled down into our lower chakras to be tested to bring ourselves back up. I've already been going through a few tests. And this is because we carry both of the templates within. We're still healing the masculine and feminine within and on the planet. And it's because this has been going on for thousands of years. So there's been a dynamic on this planet for thousands of years where the feminines have been a certain way, the masculines have been a certain way, and we're leveling up. So there's still layers of that need to be healed within myself, within all of you. So I just want to share that with all of you, that we're to be passionate for ourselves, for all brothers and sisters right now, as everyone's working through this at their own level, okay? So that's one of the things I wanted to share about. Let me just see. Am I going to do the download first or the cards? I heard download. So yes, everyone, please let me know where you are and how you're doing. Yes, let's just see. I posted a little bit on YouTube. There's a community tab on YouTube, and I'll share this next time on YouTube as well. There's a community tab. I think the way to see those notifications is you have to click on the notification button. You have to subscribe to the channel and notifications. So sometimes I post photos and I give an update. So on the weekend, it was a 1919 portal, and one of my friends in Greece messaged me and asked me what was going on. And I had been receiving Friday and Saturday, like the helmet on my head, massive crown and third eye downloads. Not uncomfortable, but just feeling it, like it's so brought in fatigue, some dizziness, that sort of thing. Checked the Schumann resonance, nothing. Checked solar flares, solar activity, nothing. And then a beautiful soul, I don't know if she's here today, but a beautiful soul mentioned the insight she got, and I resonated with that as well. Some of us are receiving light activations that are then showing up on the resonance early. So many of us in the Pacific Northwest were receiving codes on the weekend. I have confirmed, East Coast. I've confirmed Europe, Sweden, etc. So one of the messages I did get was that those of us that are starseeds, that it was definitely a starseed activation, that the starseed activations are going to accelerate to prepare us for 2020. It's going to accelerate for everyone, but the starseeds are in a little bit of a special group because many of you have unique missions and gifts to bring to the planet at this time, okay? And so many beautiful souls. Thank you, everyone who booked sessions and readings, because so many of you have just found me in the last few months, and it just makes my heart warm and in gratitude, because it's sort of, I was sharing, it's sort of like writing a book and then no one sees it for a couple of years. It was like many of us, including myself, were prepared for all of you for many years, but it was so quiet. So now things are starting to ramp up, and I'm really grateful and happier than I usually am, because I know I'm being more of service. And this is the time that I've been waiting for. So this is why I incarnated as well. Okay. So what's going on right now? We have a super new moon in Scorpio that's going to be 27th, 20. The gateway's already open. Scorpio is about the veils being removed and seeing the truth in all situations. I heard this morning, I was listening to an astrologist, and I heard this morning, it kind of reminds me of eclipse season. Scorpio energy can be intense and like very abrupt and upfront. And that's sort of what we're going to be dealing with. Mercury is also going to be going retrograde on the 31st, but we're already in the shadow period. It's also going to be in Scorpio. And my understanding is it's not going to leave Scorpio till the beginning of December. So we're going to be in Scorpio energy for a while. I could be wrong about that. I will double check. But it is, when it goes retrograde, it will be in the Scorpio energy, and I believe it usually takes about 3 weeks or so. So probably end of November, we'll be out of the Scorpio energy. Okay, this is impacting my personal energy field too, as I both my sun sign and my rising sign are connected to the planet Mercury, and there is a connection between the astrology, what we chose to incarnate in, our grid points, the times, the planetary aspects, where we incarnated our family, and then our chakra system is connected to the planetary system in our universe, in our galaxy. So when planets move, many of us are super sensitive, feel it. Okay, many of us are connected as starseeds to these planets as well. Okay, so the veils are being removed with that. The veils are also being removed during the Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde was part of my awakening. I actually knew about Mercury retrograde long before I even knew about astrology. I was in high tech, I was in tech support, and every time there's a Mercury retrograde, and I worked with a whole bunch of Geminis. It was really interesting. There was myself and there was about 6 other people. We all had birthdays around the same time, and we were all drawn together. We were a soul family, and we all started figuring out there was a pattern during Mercury retrograde with certain souls and certain problems. And it impacted me physically. It impacted my energy. It impacted my thought processes. So now at least I have some tools I can use when I know that it's coming and I'm feeling a bit out of sorts, which is almost every other day right now. But we are ramping up into 2020. This is full on, full speed ahead, prepping everyone for 2020, okay? 2020 is a different energy. It's a beginning of a new decade. It's what a lot of us as light workers, twin flame starseeds have been waiting for. So super, super grateful for this time. Okay, so we have those 2 things happening at the same time. There will be solar flares, solar storms. They feel will hit the planet around Thursday, but I'm already experiencing it. I didn't have hardly any sleep last night. And I had very vivid dreams the night before that. Today, I feel like I've got this clamp on my head because I'm clearing out the back part of they call this the old brain. It could be called the zeal point chakra. And I've been doing some work personally on myself to unify the 5 quadrants of my avatar brain during healing sessions. And the quadrants are alpha, delta, beta, gamma, and theta. And the beta and the theta quadrants are where we were imprinted when we were very young. So that came to me based on, like many of us, clearing, healing, affirming, setting intentions, yet some patterns are still appearing. So I started researching a little bit more about this avatar, about us magnifying our realities, and some of the imprints are from when we just first came on the planet, when we were, in our mother's stomach, when we were around family for the first couple of years. That's in the beta and the theta. So I've been actually clearing with my higher self and working with that. So that as well. It's not on my website yet, but that will be part of the multidimensional healing session going forward too, if that speaks to anyone. Okay. What else is happening? So solar flares Thursday, Friday. So that is to accelerate our energy, clear and detox, and help us move forward. It gives us a lot. It actually expands our consciousness. One other thing that came through some of the sessions this last week or so, since I was last here, we've received a lot of light codes in July and August, but especially through the Lionsgate in August. It's like they arrived, but now we're unpacking some of them. So that's what some of these gateways are doing. They're unpacking the codes for us. They're unpacking our consciousness, expanding our consciousness. where, as an example, a month ago, I didn't even know about the 5 quadrants, and now this is part of my healing process, so I can bring it all to you. So that's the sort of the type of thing. And how does that work? I work with your higher self like I work with mine, to set the intention and do the healing during this session, okay? Because it is that too, this. So let's say there's something that was imprinted here, that's in my Akashic records, but it's also in my physical body, and it's in this quadrant, okay? It's super uncomfortable, but now I understand why. I understand why. The light code frequencies right now are rainbow light waves. We're receiving more rainbow light into our crystalline light body, into our heart chakra to keep it open more. And it's photonic waves of light because we're in the photon belt. So I read about the photonic belt many, many years ago. I think that the astrologists and NASA call it something different, but we started moving into another, like some energy field. I can't even remember what they called it, and we're in that, and that's called the photonic belt. It's helping to accelerate our expansion, our awakening, and it's a gradual process as we move through the belt. Yeah, so it's there it comes. It's also, we're merging, our universe and galaxy is merging with the Andromedan galaxy. So we've got so many things happening to help ourselves, our family, our friends, the planet, and the collective consciousness to move forward, okay? So I just wanted to share about the headaches that I started to experience this morning, which is at the back for me, and here I can feel it. We've had incredible rains here in the Pacific Northwest. Some of you might watch her. I watch Aluna Ash's updates once in a while when I get a chance. And she mentioned she had this vision of all this water in the Pacific Northwest. So I don't worry about that kind of stuff because I know part of my grid work here in the Pacific Northwest has been to, with many of you, we help grid these areas and we help stabilize the areas. So, but we've had intense rain from Hawaii. They started calling it the Pineapple Express about, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. Very high frequency light. So this whole area has been getting a really deep cleanse. And what came in on the weekend was here in British Columbia, Alberta, next one over where Banff and Lake Louise are, then down into Washington, Oregon, and parts of Northern California, okay? So that's accelerating many of us. And why is that? Because this part of the planet is like a sleeper cell. This has been where many people have been called to live, work, be, incarnate, because we're being called up to assist the collective now. And it's a very high vibe area, okay? So yes, that there were some Aboriginal tribes as well that also, they're connected to the star families, and they also knew that this whole area, they've been protecting it for years. They've been protecting the environment and many of the mountains and a lot of other cool things that are here. Okay. The Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine programming, we'll see what the cards say today, but what I started to notice within me was there were still these old voices of male and female within me that were arguing. So I've been talking to them and unifying them within myself and calming them down. And it's just part of the dissolving. We never know there's another layer there until we get triggered. So there's been an imbalance of this energy on the planet that's still going on some areas, but it's within all of us. So how healing it within heals our world without, okay? And that's why then we move into the next level of Divine Feminine. We move into the next level of Divine Masculine, okay? Yes, and then I talked about unifying the 5 quadrants of the brain. One note about Atlantis. So during the Akashic record readings or sessions, Atlantis is a hot topic right now, and it's probably going to be a hot topic on YouTube as well, because more and more of you are remembering that you were there, that you had a connection to that timeline. It was a huge timeline, and we also had a lot of trauma from the fall of Atlantis. I remember the first time I read a book and I realized I had been there. And then I read a chapter about the fall of Atlantis and I sobbed. Part of why myself and many of you are here is to ensure that that doesn't happen again. And so that's why Atlantis is becoming a hot topic, and it has been coming forward in Akashic readings and sessions in a big, big way, which excites me because I never actually thought that I would be able to share my experiences with all of you as well. One thing in Atlantis that might be new information for some of you, or it might not, is that there were all sorts of beings that were there. They weren't just human beings. There were all sorts of beings from all the star systems in full form. Everyone had their abilities. Everyone had their 12 chakras open. The angelics were there. I was actually shown my journey took me to Santorini in Greece in 2012. That's where I spent part of 2012 going through that. And I was actually, had visuals of being with Archangel Michael in Atlantis, and it was very moving, very moving, and just opened up a whole world to me for sure. Okay, so I just wanted to share a little bit about that. If any of you would like to book your own session and reading, the Akashic readings and sessions are still on special. They will be for a little while longer because my website upgrade is still in progress, but the website creator is on holiday right now, so you can check that out. And I'll update the multidimensional session as well with the 5 quadrants, the healing of the 5 quadrants going forward. There are also all sorts of readings for twin flames, starseeds, soul mission, and high vibe tribe trips. I'll just briefly share about this because I'm still pulling together lots of details. But definitely there's going to be at least 3 trips next year. One will be here in Vancouver, British Columbia. We're going to be doing like a Mount Shasta thing. We're going to be doing something in Hawaii. And that's all I know for now, for sure. There will be trips to Greece and to Europe. I feel that might be the next year, but who knows? It could be next fall. I'm just going with the flow. But we're going to be doing high vibe things, going to portals, meditations, activating grids, all sorts of really cool things we're going to do together. So I'll keep you all posted about that. I'm super excited to be out in the world again, because some of us have been kept in a holding pattern for a year or two, and that was me. So I'll still be here, but I'll be out with you all there as well, and that makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards for all of us. Okay. I'm going to pull some sacred geometry cards first. This is the deck, and I'm just going to pull, I'd like to just show this, one for the divine masculine and one for the divine feminine. I heard masculine first. Okay. So one of my magical abilities is I'm clairaudient, and I bet some of you are too. And that's a kind of a tough one to get used to in the beginning, because there's internal dialogue with your ego, so it's, and then you have to sort of maneuver around like different voices and that sort of thing. So it took me a while to figure it out, but anyway, it's done now. It's good. Okay, I was just setting the intention before this session and before my readings, calling my higher self, my teams of light. I wrap us all, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to wrap us all in light and just ask for high vibe messages to come in for all of us today, okay? All right, top card for the divine masculine, number 10, authority, new beginnings. That looks very galactic and starseed. So this is like, I haven't even read the card yet, but this is like 2 messages for me. Well, one is there's been an authoritative energy on this planet that has been masculine for a long time, but now it's about the divine masculine. So it's about that rebalancing within for all of us, but for the divine masculine to be bringing your power back to you, not the collective power, but the power back to you. Okay, so let's just read it. Reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. It's a unification of the masculine and feminine. Receptive, wise, and loving. There are 22 people watching right now, and it's the 22nd. I love it. Okay. Let's pull one for the divine feminine energy and see what's happening. Oh, I love it. This is the card that came forward last week. So it needs to come forward again. Number 41, synergy. Okay, can't make this up. Saw me pull it live. Okay. As I talked about the rainbow frequencies last week. So this is about never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that we now know that new and yet exciting co-creations can give birth to new realities. Now, again, for all of us, but it's just that so many of you are going to be bringing in new creations. There are going to be new unions, of course, but also more females coming forward and bringing forward amazing gifts to the planet, which is fantastic. So that was the message I received for that. Okay, so I'm going to pull some other chakra messages too. When I finish too, I will check in with all of you and see how you're doing. I'm going to do masculine on the Angels of Atlantis deck. There might be some timelines. This is not an Akashic reading today, although there might be some Akashic message this segment. I probably will do that maybe every other week. And you can check out the Akashic 2020 reading too. I'll make sure the link is in the comments. Of course. Of course. I'm just gonna, okay, just 2. Okay, bottom of the deck. cosmic heart security. So the cosmic heart is a new chakra between the throat and the heart. It is around the thymus gland, lungs. It's bringing in another version of your higher self. This is for all of us, but specifically for masculines. You're going through an expansive heart awakening on many levels. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Tower card in the Tarot, because you see that says security. It's like the veils are being removed. So belief systems, structures are going to start dissolving. So you see more of the truth and bring you back more into your heart, your high heart. Next card, third eye, retreat. There's that Egyptian. So some of this is connected to your Egyptian timeline that you're clearing and healing. There's a lot of stuff that went down in Egypt that wasn't all romantic and wasn't high vibes. So, but the other message around retreat is to spend some time healing, going within, meditation, which I believe came in last week too. Okay. And this is to help throat chakra, Gabriel, bring you into balance. This is to help to bring you back into balance. Every day is a gift to bring ourselves back into balance. And not easy being here on Earth. It's very busy down here. We have, jobs, families, driving, phones, social media. But we need to really work on our balance tools from now through the 1111 gateway. Okay. All right. Let's check in with the feminine messages. Even though I didn't have a lot of sleep, I'm very high vibe today. I hope you guys are too. I'm happy to be here. Okay, I'm just going to shuffle. I'm using the Spirit Pierce as well, but these are the Heart Sigil deck. Divine Feminine. I'm just going to pull 2 cards. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Main chakras. Best messages for us today. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Heart Chakra. I love it. Trees. Unification of feminine and masculine, healing. Green energy is about healing, about taking care of our health. It's about being out in nature. Green foods, green crystals, balance. Take that time for you, divine feminines, all of us, but divine feminines, this is the time for you to unify outside. Or if you can't be outside, if it's too hot or too cold, bring outside in. Crystals, plants, flowers, essential oils, okay? Drink lots of water, foot soaks, showers, sea salt baths if you can. There's the high frequency codes, 12th Stellar Gateway, Archangel Metatron, lots of high frequency codes right now. So the divine feminine energy is pouring upon all of us, but definitely for the feminines, okay? That's why I got the back of the head today, and I feel it at the front as well. And then pink energy, heart chakra again, but self-love and self-care. Self-love and self-care through this week and this gateway, okay? Beautiful. And I'm just going to pull some tarot cards for us, 2 for each. I just wanted to show, I did shuffle the deck, but at the bottom of the deck is number 2, mental conflict. This is for all of us. This is the dissolving of the ego. This is the chatty. The light codes are coming in and something will trigger us. And I do share tools about this in sessions, but the ego is slowly being dissolved. It's our personality, but it's not part of the avatar forever. That's why we're ascending, we're awakening, and more of our light bodies coming online, but it is going to be quite chatty. I remember it started to get very chatty around the 1111 gateway in 2017. So I was guided that this is another level of that because we're detoxing and preparing for the 2020 activations. Okay. Best messages for divine masculine for this gateway. Oh, I love it. Okay, I was guided to show the card at the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck for divine masculine, number 2, spiritual union, unification of feminine and masculine. Number 2, 222. You all might be seeing various codes right now. I have been seeing 222 a lot. So that's it. And see, you know how in this photo too, like it looks like, I mean, they're touching third eyes, but I remember feeling like they're butting heads. So be conscious of the opposite sex at this time, that everyone is going through their own evolution in their own way, and that it might not take much to trigger each other, okay? So that's what's happening. That's the overall message. Crown chakra activations for divine masculine and divine feminines. But yes, you're having a crown chakra expansion at this time, more opening, more remembering who you are, another version of your higher self coming in. And then number 9, it's all about completion. You're completing a cycle, you're starting a new one, and you're going through initiations to gain spiritual strength and wisdom. Okay. All right, I'm going to put those cards back in and hope for Divine Feminine. Yeah, let me know how you're all doing too, and I will try to answer a couple questions before I head out into the sunshine. I've so earned it. It's been raining for, I'm not exaggerating, like 2 weeks. Okay, this totally makes sense. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess. Number 2, High Priestess. She's been coming through so many readings for me as well, personally. So this is, again, Divine Feminines, your intuition. It's on superpower mode at the moment. That's why the headaches, that's why they're clearing out right now, letting go of the old, allowing the new to come in, and giving yourself some quiet time to do that. Many of you were High Priestesses in other timelines, including myself, you know, healers, guides, way showers, you know, up high in the councils, that type of thing. Throat chakra, number 5, change and transformation. As the throat chakra, these are the tests that we're going through. So some of the tests are, this is going to happen. Maybe it's a pattern. If it triggers you, how are you going to react? So are you going to be angry? Are you going to go on the attack? Or are you going to pull in and go, wait a minute, there's a pattern here. What is that? And my mantra that was given to me today, I've given this to many of you: choose peace in each moment. That's probably the best mantra I can give you for this coming week, days, and months. Choose peace in each moment. Choose the option of changing the subject, leaving the room, that kind of thing, okay? Throat chakra activation, because the more we stay in peace and stay in our hearts, the more this opens, the more the lock and key codes come off, and the more of our upper abilities open for our next level of our mission and just being here on the planet, of course. And then number 8, accelerated motion, which was the big, huge card that came forward for me to show between 7-7 and 8-8 for the Lionsgate. Stars, like I said, starseed activations, connection to Egypt. One of the councils that's really working with me a lot right now is the Arcturian Council of Light, and they started to work with me this time last year. They were sort of sharing with me that each of the councils kind of takes over a portion of the ascension based on the astrology and time of year. So right now they're helping you, me, and many of us move through these gateways to 20, and definitely for the 1111 gateway, they're absolutely assisting the twin flame, divine union, soul mate collectives as well. Okay, beautiful. All right, I'm just gonna have a little sip of fluid. One other thing I was given: drinking water might not be enough. I was guided that I was dehydrated. So I've gone out and I bought like a natural hydrator to add into my water. So some of you might be experiencing the same. Just drinking water at the moment is not enough, okay? Okay, hi Babs. Hi Pure Grace Spiritual Guidance. Welcome everyone. I'm just gonna go through, see if there's any questions, anything I can answer. Pure Grace is in Delaware, near Philadelphia. Beautiful. Hi Babs, you're in Cornwall. Welcome. Hi Lindsay. Bear with me as the comments on Facebook. Hello, Aloha Alice, welcome. Lindsay, thank you so much, sweetie. Lindsay is just saying she had a wonderful reading and healing with me last week. So grateful. Thank you. I'm so grateful for our reading and session too. It's wonderful. I learned so much from all of you. It's fantastic. Aloha Alice, welcome. Hi Ingrid, aloha. So much has come in today. I know, Alice. I got the big expansion. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, sweetie. Amber, good morning. Nice to see you. Okay. Facebook comments are being a bit slow. Try not to go too fast. I don't want to overdo it. Welcome, everybody. Okay, the comments just went backwards. We're already Mercury retrograde. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to be sneaky. Let's see. Alice, I just got goosebumps about what you're saying about Archangel Michael. Yeah. That's, when it's, being in this reality and being in these bodies and having our abilities slowly open up. It's like, sometimes it's hard to fathom that we've lived in other timelines and realities where we've seen everything, including the angelics. Yeah. So that was really cool when I was shown that. I felt quite honored. It probably also was to say, like, look, we're real. We're real. Aloha, Ingrid from Tucson. Maureen, I would love to travel to Greece. Yes, definitely. I'm going to be organizing something for us to go to Santorini for sure, and Athens. We're going to go to the Parthenon for sure. I'm very excited about the trips. I think what's going to happen too is I'm going to organize some sort of online class or session, maybe a class to prep for the trips too, because we're going to do some meditation and good work. Pure grace. As I'm clairaudient, still learning about it, how to use it for the highest good. Yes. And discernment, pure grace too, to just know that what we're receiving is high vibe messages for sure. Toe, figuring out the clairaudient gift too. Any advice? I think just wrap yourself in light and just ask your higher self to be crystal clear with your messages. I find that I get the best messages outside. There's less interference. You don't have the Wi-Fi. You don't have all the electronics. So the more time you spend asking a question with your higher self while you're walking or in nature, the clearer it will get. Okay, hopefully that helps. And you might get guided to change your diet. Oh, that's perfect time. That's another thing that shifted for me in the last 5 days. My diet has changed. I'm not really hungry until the early afternoon, so I've been drinking like smoothies, water, herbal teas, juice. There's something, I had a dream I was guided I'm supposed to be eating and drinking grapefruit juice right now. So just pay attention because we're shifting timelines and our vibration is changing. Just pay attention to what your body's asking you to have right now. Yeah, it seems important. Okay. Let's see if I can go down any further. I love those decks too. Thanks, Alice. Okay. Just sort of seeing. Yeah, so two of the decks I use are from Stuart Pearce. He's English. And then the other deck is the Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. I believe he's American. Let's see. As within, so without. Hi, Victoria. I'm not pulling cards today. I just brought in a transmission for everyone and pulled for the collective, but thank you for being here. Okay. All right, beautiful souls. I'm going to sign off. The comments are being super, super slow. If this resonates with you, thank you for sharing to groups or your timeline. That would be beautiful. And for the YouTube tribe, I will save and most likely upload tomorrow. Love and aloha, everyone. Have a great week. And again, super new moon in Scorpio and Mercury retrograde plus solar flare is coming up real quickly. I'm already in them. So bye, everyone. Bye.